Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you are viewing this. My name is Mike and I am the Crypto Liberal. Well, today, what should we call it? What should we call it? That was a flippin' disaster today. And I'm not talking about crypto, I'm not talking about Bitcoin. Man, the market just got slaughtered. And I don't know how much everybody that follow or watches these videos follows the stock market, right? But yesterday Walmart uh, reported just horrible earnings. Today it was Target's turn, and two all-American companies, right? How Target and Walmart go, the economy goes, right? And man, they just everything got hammered. Not just Target and Walmart, everything got hammered. Everything that I watch on the stock market is red. And but the bright spot, I think, is crypto and Bitcoin are kind of holding their own right now. So I think that's good. But so let's just look at let's look at the disaster that was today, right? So here, look at this. S&P's down 4%. Or the Dow's down 3.5%. NASDAQ is down 4.73%. And the Russell, everything was down. Russell, crude oil, gold, silver. So it was not a good day, right? And that carried over. That carried over to crypto. And let's just check out the crypto, or at least Bitcoin, right? Because like I said, to me right now, people are ditching stable coins, not just UST, which is gone, done, kaput, right? But people are also jumping out of Tether right now. So people are jumping out of stable coins. And as I've kind of alluded to in the past several videos, I've only been doing this a little over a week now, but to me, the stable coin forevermore is going to be Bitcoin. I know I always kind of have a bias toward Cardano and Ethereum, and that's simply because right now, when we're at the bottom of the market, those are going to give you so much better returns than Bitcoin. They're just going to go off, and your return on investment is just going to be so much more on Ethereum and Cardano when you're investing at the bottom like this. But so I always kind of a bias toward right now, especially Cardano and Ethereum. But Bitcoin, I'm a fan of Bitcoin. It's going to be around forever. But to me, it's a stable coin, and that's where you should be putting your. If you want stable coin right now, put it in Bitcoin, and that's what I do. I don't have anything in any stable coin. If I have any, I do have a small amount of cash on the side, but I'm pretty much getting tapped out here because I keep dollar cost averaging, and my reserves are running pretty low at this point, and I'm just going to keep dollar cost averaging until I don't have any reserves, and then I might start selling. I am starting to sell some of my sports cards because I want more money to put into crypto right now. But anyway, so let's just check out. So that's where I was going. Let's check out the price of Bitcoin today, because while I have a bias toward Cardano and Ethereum, Bitcoin is really going to drive where everything goes right now. And since Bitcoin is really going to drive everything where the crypto market goes overall right now, I've been kind of focused on that, and that's where I've drawn my support and resistance lines. And right now we're dancing on that support, like I've showed you multiple times on this channel, and I showed you before we even got down to that support line what I was looking at. So let's go and look at that. Oh, and if you want me to keep showing you where I think we're going to be, and where if we break up, right, where the resistance line is, give me a like, give me a subscribe, because I want to build this community, and I want to share this journey with all of you, and I want us to be in this together, right? We got to fight the good fight together. So, but let's look at my chart real quick. So here, we'll bring it up. If it comes up here, I don't know what's going on with. There we go. Okay, so my support line, that red line going up from right to left, right? We've danced on it now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days since we hit it, and we've You could tell we've wicked below it, pretty severe wick on that second day we were dancing atop it, but we've always closed atop this support line. And I told you about this support line back on, this is the 8th day. I told you about it like 10 days ago. Hey, there's a support line that goes back over a year. And I also pointed out yesterday that, this is our 8th day on the support line. Let's just go back. And again, I've done this before. Look at this support line. It's amazing. It goes from right to left, right? And you can see right here, we danced right on top, or, we went right down to it, had a little slight wick below, but we stayed above it. And this is back on, January 22nd of this year. So we came right down to it after we were up at 69,000 and kind of had a rebound a little bit, and now we're right back down there on that support line. But look at this. This is even the better example, right? Here, from, I think this is September 21st of the last year, before we hit 69K, right? We were above this line, came down and tested. And when we first tested it, we stayed there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, really 10 days. And on the 11th day, we had that giant green candle, and then it was off to the races to 69K, like less than 2 months later. So it's not surprising to me that once we go down and test this line, we're dancing atop it for 9, 10 days. So if we can stay above it tonight, when the new day starts for Bitcoin in 3-4 hours here, we will be right. Hopefully we stay above it. We're 29.2 right now. I think it's a pretty good chance that we stay above it, because I think it goes all that line now. It's going down. And I think it's like 28.7, 28.6 now. We'd need to go below it today. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we stay down here another day or two, but I think a bounce is coming, because look at this. This is crazy. 1 week. Here's the 1 week chart on Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th week, an 8th week of red. And again, we're at the top of that support line on the weekly, but really this line is drawn on the daily. So 8 weeks, that has never happened in Bitcoin's history. Go all the way back. Take this chart and go all the way back to the beginning of Bitcoin in 2009. You've never seen 8 weeks in a row where we've gone down. A bounce is coming. It has to happen. Even if we do go down to 20K, it's not going to go straight down to 20K. We're going to have a bounce. So don't get frustrated, right? Don't get frustrated. Even if you've ridden it all the way down, which I have, I rarely sell my Bitcoin. It doesn't pay to sell now. So hang tough, right? So I think a bounce is coming, and then you can decide on your own whether that bounce is significant enough relief for you, and you think it's going to go lower, then maybe you sell. You need to make that decision yourself. I'm not. I probably wouldn't sell my Bitcoin. I might take a different approach with my ADA and my Ethereum, but so I think a bounce is coming. It's got to come. It's going to happen. So if it does, we have a resistance line. I think we're in a descending channel, and we've been in a descending channel for, I think I go back 14 months, and I have a resistance line above, but we need to break up. And if we do, I will keep making videos, and I will show you where that resistance line is, because we've hit it a few times and came right back down to the support line that we've been dancing on top of for, over a year now. So I'm more excited than ever. I'm more bullish than ever. I am still convinced we're not going down to 20K. I hear people all over Twitter, all over YouTube saying 20, 22K, if not lower. And until we break that support line, I'm not saying we're doing it. I'm gonna stick to my guns and saying we're gonna stay above that support line, and a bounce is coming. That support line, you see it, it's going upper left to lower right. It'll eventually get down to 20K if we don't break out of that channel. So maybe 20K is in the cards 6 months from now. I don't know, but I'm saying we're gonna stay atop that support line. So I think, and then one other thing I wanted to bring up, right? We always hear how crypto, well, Bitcoin specifically, is a store of value. And here's what I find interesting. And I've been tossing around some ideas on this. And give me a like, give me a subscribe if you want me to explore this idea a little bit more. But Um, we hear it's a store of value all the time and it's a hedge against inflation. Well, if it's a hedge against inflation, here's the inflation rates going back, the last 5, 6 years. And when Bitcoin, like this latest bull run that we went on at the end of 2020, look at the inflation rate from, September, October, November, December in 2020. It was only 1.1, 1.3 something. And that's when the bull run started. And then it went all the way in 2021 to about April. And those inflation rates were 1.4, 1.6, 2.6, 4. We got up to in April, right? But that's when Bitcoin really started this descending channel that I think we've been in for over a year. And so how is it a hedge against inflation? If when inflation was low, Bitcoin went on a bull market, but inflation has now increased to 8 point something percent in April, 8.25% in April of this year, and Bitcoin is suffering more than ever. We've gone down 60% from our highs, right? I have some theories, and I'd love to maybe share them with you on a future video if you were interested. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and maybe we can talk about that a little bit. But I don't think it's quite the hedge against inflation that people make it out to be. But I'd love to talk about it more with you guys. So I think that's it I have for today. Stick with the plan, right? I've been telling you about this support line now for 10, 11 days, and we've stayed above it consistently since then. I told you I didn't think we were going below it. We haven't. We've wicked below it, but we haven't gone below it. So you know what? I'd really appreciate a like if you appreciate that I pointed that out and have hopefully you've stuck to your guns with me, and give me a subscribe. We're in this together. I appreciate. My viewership has been going up every day, and so I like that. I just need some subscribers to help me out. Give me a hand, because I enjoy documenting my journey through this, particularly in these hard times, because these hard times are when we're going to really make it. So that's all I have for today. It's kind of a shorter video. But if you're interested in my take on, where a resistance line is if we break up, and my thoughts on, is Bitcoin really a hedge against inflation? Give me a like and subscribe if you're interested in those topics on a future video. That's it for me today. My name is Mike. I'm the Crypto Liberal. Thanks for joining. Have a great night. I love you all. Good night.